she has to stop. Come on, girl.
We have a pack of kids, 3 dogs, and a cat.
Wild child. How big is it?
If you got that digger, you could probably get up there if you just use it as a grip and then hop. Make more popcorn.
We are visiting the same area we were in the other day, just simply due to the massive amounts of cohosh. Right behind me on this tree you can see part of the pipeline marking. Over here some more. And going up the ridge line you can see the blue and white markers floating in the breeze. And behind on the other side you can see a couple of those other markers over there. Say hi! And this is, again, the same area with the blue and the black cohosh. We are dead center in the middle of where they're going to be cleaning out for the pipeline. And in this case, it doesn't even matter if they're, because it's cohosh, it doesn't even matter if they're bulldozing this or simply cutting all the trees out to be able to put the pipeline in. Because when they cut the trees, cohosh needs dappled sunlight. It needs protected shade, but semi-shady conditions. So if they're cutting the trees, it's going to die. And there's our first one for today. Good job, Alicia. But you can see the scars from the stem. It comes up in a triple stem format, and this stem has the scars on the top of it. This one still has the stems on it, but you can see where they break off. And this one under here is probably, I'd say at least as big as your hand spread out. Here's another one right here. That was part of it. And another one here that's probably somewhere in here. And what is it? Black cohosh. Medicinal herbal used for regulating menstruation, regulating women's cycles. We use a lot in menopause. It is a phytoestrogen. It has been used in the past for terminating pregnancies as well, but it is a medicinal and one of the Native American sacred herbs. It has a tall seed stem that grows about 6 to 8 foot tall, and then it has a rattlesnake tail kind of development on the seed pods. I'm sure we'll find one and I'll be able to show you. Taking a very nice black cohosh. There you go. There you go. Good size. You see all the little sprouts on there, ready to be replanted and divided out the rhizomes and all that happy stuff.
And hold this, yep. Kind of what it looks like. Not all of them are gonna look like that. Some of them tilt it sideways instead of pointing up.
Yeah.
And that's actually a relatively small one.
We found a blue cohosh.
How can you tell this one's blue?
Because the stem comes up kind of just like the black cohosh, and it's sort of yellow. Unlike other stuff, which isn't. This is another part of it. Like, there's a lot of whiter ones out here. The stems are a lot whiter. So, the black cohosh is, or blue cohosh is a lot yellower. And then you can see all the little nubs here. All those there. That's how you can tell it's a cohosh. And then the black cohosh, these nubs will be a lot redder or pinkish. In the blue, they're white. Then when you dig up the root, it's a completely different root system. Entirely different root system. And then once it's cleaned off, the roots are sort of yellow too. This one has a black in it.
Now you can see a lot of that red stuff. You see? Oh goodness gracious!
Every single one of these buds can be cut and put into the ground to make a new cohosh plant. There's a lot of buds on this one.
It's a good job.
Right. So right here, one of the things that we're looking for in the difference between black and blue cohosh is actual stem color. This is a black cohosh. You can tell when you get to the very base, it's got that very dark black color. And one of the things we look for when we're going through and trying to find the cohosh to be able to save it is this tri-top stem. A lot of times they'll be broke off like this, and all you'll see is that little knob up at the top. But that's how we're finding the cohosh and how we're identifying it. And then when you dig down, what you'll find underneath the leaf bed is little nubs. See, there's one right there. And that's just a new growth bud, and there's another one there. And so that's how we're identifying it. If we scroll the camera over here just a little bit to my left, to your right, you'll see that this is a blue cohosh stem. Blue cohosh tend to be a little bit shorter, but if you look at the stem, you'll see it's a golden color. It's not black. It's not as gray. So that's how we identify the difference between the black and the blue cohosh. And again, if you pull the leaves back and you get down to the ground level, you'll see these little nubs right here, and that's where the new growth is coming from. And you'll have a bunch of stalks come up off of this, and they're really good for dividing at this time of year because you can identify where the new growth is going to be coming from, replant them, and then put more plants in the ground than just this single root. You can get 5, sometimes even 20 divisions off of a single good root. And in just a minute after I dig these up, I'll show you the difference between the root colors, and you'll find on the blue cohosh the roots are a lot more fibrous and thin, and on the black cohosh they're a lot thicker and a little bit more worm-like. So I'll be back with you here in just a little bit. Got these 2 roots dug that we were just talking about, and this one is black, and you can take a look at the root structure and you'll see that it's a lot harder, it's a lot solider, and you'll also see that the root fibers off of it are a lot thicker, and that's one of the key identifiers. Now when you look at the blue cohosh, you'll see that none of these roots off of here are very thick. The stem piece, the actual big portion of the root, is still quite a bit thicker, but the fiber roots, you can tell the difference really easy. So that's the difference between black and blue cohosh.
right here is very blue.
Here's the right thing, though. They're really pretty in summertime when they're growing.
All white.
Yeah, and kind of nod their heads. Well, they're related to Sylvie.
What's the difference between black and blue cohosh medicinally?
Medicinally speaking, the black cohosh has kind of a harsher effect. For termination of pregnancy, the black is better. For just general menstrual support, the blue tends to be better unless someone's having a lot of problems, like say they had fibroids or issues along that line, then the black will be better for them.
Yeah. Found another one.
He's so smart. Better be sitting in there. Oysters.
Oyster mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yay.
Delicious. I think I would maybe give you this.
Good sized clump of oyster mushrooms. They're almost a little past prime, but they're still okay. We like to deep fry them like a fish stick and have them with a little bit of ketchup and mayonnaise. Absolutely delicious.
What'd you find them on?
We found them on a probably oak, I would say a dead oak that had actually crashed down, and it was only half the tree that was still standing straight up and down, and another tree on a dead man. So we found them, and the twins helped me get them because they were a little too tall for me, so they climbed the tree.